Welcome back to another installment of the Riftbound Nuzlocke. Last time we played Lux, went 2-1, which not too bad for the champion. However, I was really enjoying playing the token version of the deck and kind of wanted to go a little bit of a different direction with Ahri as well this week. So today we're going to be doing a kind of high mobility, very aggressive Ahri. We're going to try and take advantage of Arena's Greatest for that extra point, and then use units like Stealthy Pursuer to play themselves onto battlefields and kind of steal points that way. On top of that, we just have a bunch of mobility options, Gust to get them off of battlefields, Ride the Wind to move our own things wherever we need to, same with Fight or Flight or Tide Turner. We can basically steal extra points on either player's turn to really push this as quickly as possible. On top of that, we have a bit of a discard package as well, with Chemtech Enforcer, Flame Chompers, Invert Timelines, and Scrap Heap up here. So I'm just going to run card by card in case you don't know any of them, and we'll go from there. Starting with the battlefields, we have Zon Warrens. When you conquer it, you can discard one and draw one. If your hand is empty, you can draw one for free, which is kind of nice. Arena's Greatest is our go-to here, and it says at the beginning of the game, each player gets one extra point, which gets you towards your 8-point total, and basically rushes things one turn faster. Our Reaver's Row allows us to pull back any unit whenever we're being attacked. This can kind of act as a free move, and we can combo it with things like Ride the Wind in order to push our units onto another battlefield after we pull them back and score a free point that way. That's kind of silly and fun. Our actual legend unit is Ahri in the Chaos and Fury domains. At the end of the turn, you can ready 2 of your runes, which gives you energy so that you can actually play some of these defensive cards. That's very cool. Card by card, our champion unit is going to be 1 copy of Ahri Stubborn, 4 energy, 1 power, and 3 might. And when you play this card, you can return a spell from your trash to your hand, giving you access to all of these great spells we have in this deck. Inverted Timelines in particular can help you refuel, so that's very cool. We have 3 copies of Cleave because we're going to be moving so often. Giving our units Assault 3 is a solid power buff and lets them get over a lot of other units. 3 copies of Gust, a 1 energy spell at reaction speed that can return a unit with 3 or less might from the battlefield to its owner's hand. We want to make use of this on early turns to stop them from getting points and stop them from developing, or we can use it on our own cards to kind of protect them, sort of like Retreat in blue. Scrap Heap is a 2 energy gear that says when it's played, discarded, or killed, draw 1. So we can combo this with things like Zon Warrens to get an extra draw that way, or with Inverted Timelines. If we have one of these in our hand, we're now drawing 5 instead. That's kind of cool. It also benefits from Traveling Merchant, who we have next, 2 energy, and when it moves, you discard 1 to draw 1. Same thing, we can double dip if we hit Scrap Heap here. Very, very strong when it goes off. Our top end kind of thing is Vi, who is 2 energy, 1 power, and 3 might. She has ganking, which is fantastic, and she has the activated ability to recycle a card from your trash to give her 1 might for the turn. So we don't actually have a lot of ways to deal with bigger cards in this deck outside of Vi, so we do need to really rely on her to clear those, but once she's on the field, we can combo her with some of these movement effects to really take advantage of her big might. So for example, we play Vi into the base, we put 6 cards from the trash into the deck, and then we can use cards like Ride the Wind to move her forward and ready her, giving her a free attack. She is now able to move again after that combat, and with ganking, she can move to the other battlefield where we can get another point potentially, and then we can hide away a Fight or Flight and potentially do it all again next turn. So she's a very strong unit in this deck, and we need to protect her if we can. And one of the ways we're going to do that is with Flash, which can move up to 2 friendly units to the base. Again, just very solid. Ride the Wind is a 2 energy, 1 power spell with at action speed that moves a friendly unit and readies it. This is the one that gives us all of our extra attacks for the most part. Very similarly, we have Fight or Flight, which is a hidden card for 2 energy that lets you move either a friendly unit or an enemy unit from the base to the battlefield. Again, just a bit of mobility. Our second hidden card is Tide Turner. I'm not super sold on this one. This could be replaced for something else, but for 2 energy and 2 might, it can be hidden and says, when you play me, choose a friendly unit, move me to its location and it to my original location. So this is like fine if you're using it as a hidden card. However, what you really want to do is take advantage of it as a second move effect. So for example, let's say you start a turn and you have Vi or someone on a battlefield already. So let's say you have Vi or someone on a battlefield already. You could put Tide Turner in your base to give them a free move as they swap spots, and then move Vi onto another battlefield afterwards. So that's very strong. Vi's kind of a bad example because she has ganking, but whatever. We also have 3 copies of Chemtech Enforcer, 2 Energy, 2 Might, and Assault 2, and when you play it, you have to discard one, which you can do into Flame Chompers here, which is when you discard it, you can pay a power to play this for free. It is a 3 Might unit, which is just nice value. Inverted Timelines is a very cool card. Each player discards their hand and then draws 4. We're going to be running through these cards very quickly. The deck is extremely low energy, so refueling is very important. And again, we can pull this back with Annie to give us extra range after we're kind of tapped out. And our final card is Stealthy Pursuer, which is 4 energy, which is not the card I wanted. 1 second. Sorry about that. The unit I thought that was Sneaky Deckhand. 3 energy for 2 might, so very understated, but you can play her to an open battlefield, which lets you steal points as often as possible. Again, we're going to combo that with things like Gust and Fight or Flight to push their units away and then steal that battlefield for very cheap. Super good. I also did make a change. We're down to 1 Tide Turner. We're going to go to 1 copy of Darius Trifarian and Draven Showboat as another top end for the deck on top of Vi. I think this will round things out a little bit better. But with that all being said, let's get into our games. Remember, if we lose, we do have to swap out to another deck. So hopefully I don't have to do another deck tech like this too quickly. All right, let's see if we can find an opponent here. Perfect. Not a long wait. Viktor. All right. Viktor, I think, is pretty good about being aggressive. Let's avoid that. We're going to go the Zon Warrens here. Roll with dice. We got 18. Not a bad start. Just need him to take his chosen champion anytime now. Okay. So we got the first here. I'm pretty okay with this, actually. Yeah, that's fine. Start with 2. Let's go with Traveling Merchant to the base. We'll pass. We drew the Sneaky Deckhand, which means we can steal a point next turn as well. That's not too bad. He needs to show his battlefield. BF, please. Okay, that's fine. I need you to flip your battlefield, though. Come on, bud. Trifarian War Camp. That makes sense. All good. All right, let's go with Traveling Merchant up here. Merch. Going to discard 1. Draw 1. Son. We're going to discard 1. Let's get rid of this and draw 1. Sure, that's okay. We can go Sneaky Deckhand up here. That's kind of unfortunate we got that order, but whatever. For 3, and that will get me a 2nd point. I think that's gonna be it. Untap, we got a, sorry if you guys hear that, the garbage truck's going by. So we have a Gust we can use here. We have a Ride the Wind. We can actually proc that with this turn, which would be pretty nice. Not sure what the Victor's at 5. Oh. Okay. I'm going to bounce this. Can buff it. I'm not super worried. Okay. So we're trading right now. Or we're not trading. That's all good. Got 5 energy. What are we doing with it? Viktor and Viktor? Nope. Lecturing Yordle's solid. Draw, not channel. Okay, now you got it. All good. The website can be a little bit unintuitive, so it's all good. Make a token. Not a token. Soaring Scout. Okay. Sure. So we can merch, discard 1, draw 1. A red rune for this. I fucked that up a little bit, but it's fine. We're going to play this. Chem. Discard scrap heap. And I can draw 1. That's not bad. I could invert timelines this. Yeah, let's pass. Okay, so we're not in a terrible spot here. I think we're pretty good, actually. We're 4-0. He's going to be able to conquer the Warrens if he wants. He could rush up to here, but we got 7 right now to his thing. Yep, that's good. Take your point. We have 3 over there. We can take that with our units in the base. I guess I could push this up, actually. Discard and draw. Let's go get the Warrens. He just needs to discard and draw first, and then he's playing Viktor. Viktor, if you will. Ton of cards in hand, so we're getting a lot of value out of invert timelines, which I love to see. Yeah, I fucked up earlier. Should have rode the wind. Okay. 4 to 3. I think we take this one pretty okay. Sure, we get another point. Nope. Discard, draw. Him up. Discard, draw. That's not bad. Pull both of these back. I think that's actually fine. I'm just gonna pass like that. If he moves 1 unit there or 2, I can force my card in with Ride the Wind and then Fight or Flight. Yeah, that's fine. He needs a token. Maybe I should have just inverted to make him lose the hand advantage. I would have lost some stuff too, but I don't know. Who's to say? I'm not too worried right now. And it doesn't seem like he has a bunch of answers, at least so far. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ledros? Ledros is 8. What is 7? Thousand Tail Watcher? Yep. It's to recycle 1. The actions. So what is he swinging for? 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to Ride the Wind. Going to move the merchant over here. Ready him. That will get me a point. Merch moves. We can go discard. Draw. And I will pay the red. Drop that there. Then I probably could have done that, but that's fine. He gets his point, and I have holding if he can't take this. I don't know why he didn't accelerate the fox. Even so, like I'd still have it because of Flight or Flight, but I think that's it. All right, game 1, not bad. It's giving me the GG right now. Cool. Let's go on to our second Annie game. All right, we found our second game here. Leona, that's cool. Leona, I don't think appreciates discard. Okay. We're going to just start with this, I guess. Pass. Rather keep the Gust here, I think. Haven't played against too many Leonas, obviously, but she seems like a really fun deck. I really like the idea of her deck at the very least. So next turn we can double dip on this, which is good. Okay. We good? Sure. Man, I can't get any purples this game. What the hell? Okay. So Zon. Discard one. Draw. Take another point. I think that'll be it. So that's not too bad. We can recover both of these guys with Gust, and we can protect them with Fight or Flight as well. For Leona? Yep. Sonia's. Okay. Sure. I don't mind the Draven. It's not. It's already at 4, which is pretty okay. Yeah, let's do that. Cycle 1. And I think we'll just pass here. Put a marker on him. Do you like having Draven in the back there? I don't pause, but stun deck can probably deal with that. Fiora, that's cool. Leona moving in. I'll force it back. Shen. You can pay for that Shen again if you don't mind. What's going on? Okay, a little bit of a mix up there. Totally fine. Fiora gets the buff. They're gonna hate this. It's fine. Okay, 2 points here. We will pull back, and invert timelines. One sec. I'm a monster. Oh. It said I'm a monster, which I thought funny. Okay. One, two, three, four. We'll pass. So we are in a pretty okay spot here. Maybe I should have left the units up until I did the timelines. Then I could use Tide Turner as a trap, but that's okay. He's up 2 more, so he's in 9 now. Find your center, sure. Can have the card draw. They had a really slow start this game, unfortunately for them, and it seems like they're having a lot of trouble finding yellows. They don't have Shen to worry about anymore. That's good. And again, their Leona comes in readied as well. Oh, I also forgot to draw for God Willow twice. Bad at this game. Got that. Got that. Yep, no buff for you. Does get the cycle. I think I'll be okay. I just need to be able to conquer both here. Shouldn't be a huge problem. Especially if he taps out like that. Sure. There's 8 over there. That's Facebreaker. I guess it could be block as well. That's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna run this and this. Okay, what are we doing here? Discipline? Oh. Okay. What's happening? Zonias? Sure. Okay, so they do have 3 here. That's 5. Yeah, let's do that. He has to stun or use Discipline with whatever's in his hand. Discipline buffs the Fiora up to an extra 1 because of shield. Yep. That's not a battlefield, eh? All right. Okay, and I'll hold on to that. We'll go Annie. Okay. So we have the Ride the Wind here. We can do some really cool plays, I think, depending on how he interacts this turn. If that last card in hand is a stun, like you know, what are you going to do? Worst case, we have Darius next turn as well. So we have a lot of power in our hand. Can barely afford to play any of it, though. Actually, if I do this turn, I can't do Darius and Tide Turner. Maybe there's an argument for putting Darius on the battlefield just to force a stun. 3, 4, 5, 6. Leona? Yep. She has Accelerate. Well, not Accelerate. She comes in ready. The card will be Facebreaker. Okay. Okay, he's saying GG. Cool. All right. 2 for 2. Not too bad. Definitely the deck feels a bit iffy, but not terrible so far. We'll see if we can get one more for the day. And win or lose, that'll be the end of the video. All right, and we could start our final game here. Let's get this one going. Who are we playing against? Yasuo, that makes sense. Alright, Yasuo, we are going to go Zon Warrens, I think. Second might actually be better in this deck, but I'm not sure. That's pretty good. I'll put the flashback, though. Draw. That's okay, too. Alright. So I will drop the Traveling Merchant, and we are good to go. Dreaming Tree is not bad for me. I can make use of it with Cleave and Gust and all that. I kind of want him to get a bunch of the draw, though. We'll see. Okay, we're going to Merch. So Merchant will discard 1 to draw 1. I'll also pay for things, sorry. And then we'll drop that one to here. Sneaky deckhand. Wow, that turn was a disaster. Okay. I think that's fine. I really fucked that up, but it's fine. I made one mistake and then I got nervous and then I made a bunch of mistakes. So he can run the guy over. I don't know if he wants to discard, but probably does. Ooh, Mask of Foresight. Sure. We're going to Gust. Put him to hand. Tree. Mask is kind of annoying, honestly. Excuse me. See if we can avoid it though. Stalwart Poro. A lot of defense cards here. Hiding a card as well. Okay. Let's do him. Chem. Going to discard Flame Chompers. And we will use Ride the Wind. I guess we could just force him to have it. Sure. I'm just going to swing again. Okay. So we got that one. And I think that will be all, maybe? Yeah, we'll get that extra draw. And he untaps. Would like to see a inverted timelines maybe soon. This game is going okay outside of my... That's annoying. Friendly unit attacks or defends alone, give it +1 this turn. So I can use the Gust on their turn, but I can't use it on mine. Yasuo? Sona. So I could bounce the Poro back now. Sorry, I got something in my throat. Okay. Proc the tree. All right. Going to Gust. I think he grabbed 2 there. I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. There, he fixed it. Okay. So we're going to go 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Zon. Discard. And draw again. Merchant. Draw again. I will put the 2 down there. Okay, this one feels really solid. I have the 2 fight or flight still have access to. I have a sneaky deckhand if he manages to pop both fields. But otherwise, at 7, he can Yasuo. We can't push it forward. Another Sona. Can push the Sona forward. Gonna try for the fight or flight. Dang. All right. That pops both of these. Then he has Zon. Stalwart Poro. Kind of wish he held that one on, but it's fine. Okay. Hold point. I mean, I'm just gonna go for it. That should be game. Awesome. All right. Annie went undefeated. Cool. 3-0 for her so far. And hopefully in the next video, we'll get to play with her a bit again. Well, not hopefully. We're going to. Yeah, if we lose, we'll just spin a new champion. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll see how far Annie can go.